Today's headlines tell one story. Blockchain is being hardwired into the financial system, from healthcare to hedge funds, from central banks to pharmaceuticals. We're going to break down major initiatives across the board. We're going to be talking about XRP in healthcare. We're going to be talking about an entire Hedera ecosystem rebrand and XDC network joining the MiCA Alliance. Buckle up. Well, Bitcoin is finally back above 100K, sitting up 4.33% on the day, right about 101,000 USD. And, you know, for most people that watch this, it's not just about Bitcoin. It's about kind of the total market cap. And, you know, you could even go to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. But total market cap right now we've been battling $3 trillion for months, as you guys can see. And it's good to be back above. So hopefully we can close May above 3 trillion, and who knows what's going to happen on the back end of that. I wanted to start this out with kind of this because I found this pretty interesting. This launched or announced on May 8th. This is Wellgistics Health Secures $50 million credit facility and launches XRP powered payment initiative. Wellgistics is a technology-first pharmaceutical distribution and healthcare infrastructure company, announcing a new initiative to pioneer the use of XRP, a blockchain-based digital asset, as both the Treasury reserve and a real-time payments infrastructure, which management believes, upon successful commercialization, would make Wellgistics among the first publicly traded healthcare company to deploy XRP in this manner. Why XRP? Why now? This is directly through and supported by literally the source is Wellgistics here. XRP transaction settlement in 3 to 5 seconds, less than 0.0002 cents per transfer. All transactions are logged on the ledger, supporting global vendor payouts with significantly low Forex rates and flexibility, allowing for XRP-backed lines of credit. Pretty massive. The first publicly traded healthcare company to adopt XRP for real-time payments and as a Treasury reserve. Pretty interesting stuff there. You also have Coinbase acquiring or announcing that they're going to acquire Deribit, becoming the most comprehensive global derivatives platform. Officially entered into agreement to acquire the leading Bitcoin and Ethereum options exchange, Deribit, bringing institutional grade options trading to the Coinbase stack of products. Expect a surge in regulated derivatives, CFTC aligned infrastructure, and deeper global liquidity pools. If you do want to check out that XRP announcement for Wellgistics and learn more about the company, you can certainly go to wellgisticshealth.com. Notably, we have XDC Network joining the MiCA Crypto Alliance. This is an initiative that was bootstrapped out of with support from Hedera, Ripple, and Aptos. The European Union aligned coalition providing tools, templates, and legal guidance to meet MiCA licensing and ESG or enterprise social and governance requirements. XDC's inclusion strengthening the focus on real-world asset tokenization, sustainability reporting, and cross-border payments compliance. If you're interested in learning more about MiCA, learning more about the XDC network, you can go on to genfinity.io and read through this entire article here. Pretty awesome, though, to see. I think you can see here Saloy from head of Enterprise Alliance and Ventures at XDC Network. In a quote, this collaboration reaffirms our dedication to upholding the highest standards of regulatory compliance and transparency. This step is crucial in building trust and openness with partners in Europe. So shout out and kudos to the XDC network and community. Good to see them alongside Hedera, Ripple, and Aptos in helping advance regulated DLT adoption across the EU for MiCA compliance, ESG, and RWA tokenization and institutional grade infrastructure. So pretty awesome. You can see that in 2024 when this launched with Hedera, Ripple, and Aptos as well. All right, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. We're going to rapid fire today here. I did try to find some deep divey stuff. Unfortunately, when you actually research and try to find stuff, you don't find it every day. So we're going to do rapid fire through some of the more recent stuff that just came out over the past couple of days. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, essentially the bank's regulator, like the regulator of the banks, clarifies bank authority to engage in crypto asset custody and execution services. This is from May 7th. So essentially, this interpretive letter, 1184 and 1170, you can see here, banks can hold and trade crypto assets for customers. They can outsource custody and execution to third parties. Activities must remain compliant and safe, but are officially allowed. This green light unlocks a regulated path for institutional crypto custody in the U.S. As with any activity, a bank must conduct crypto asset custody activities, including via a sub-custodian, in a safe and sound manner and in compliance with applicable law. Again, more and more adoption that we're seeing across the board. I would say probably most notably, outside of the MiCA announcement, we have a total Hedera rebrand. So you've got essentially the HBAR Foundation becoming the Hedera Foundation. You have the Hedera Governing Council becoming the Hedera Council. You can read through this entire thing if you want to. I would say, there's new leadership at the Hedera Foundation from Charles Adkins. The guy has a lot of background in the blockchain and Web3 space, leadership roles within Polygon and others. And essentially, it looks like there's kind of this renewed kind of vision towards not only retail, but kind of like this Hedera branding focus, because stuff was kind of spread all over the place to an extent. So you can see here, Hedera I'm gonna mess this up because this is new. Hedera Foundation, new focus under Adkins' leadership, sharpening its focus on core priorities. So the big things to pay attention to, and I think that the community certainly welcomes this. Most notably DeFi and community empowerment. So really building up the decentralized finance ecosystem within the Hedera network. In 2025, it will continue to lead ecosystem integrations while launching new initiatives that make DeFi more accessible. These efforts will deliver secure, user-friendly tools for managing digital assets. The foundation's goal is clear: to empower individuals and communities around the world to confidently build the digital economy of the future on Hedera. At the same time, the foundation is strengthening partnerships with enterprises, leveraging the Hedera network to secure AI systems and data, driving smarter, safer, and more efficient operations. Hedera Council also, so formerly Hedera Governing Council, now just rebranded to Hedera Council. Tom Sylvester joins, bringing a deep understanding of the Hedera ecosystem to his new role as president of the Hedera Council. He's been with Hedera's legal team since 2018. And then Mance Harmon, leadership back to the helm, co-founder of Hedera and Hashgraph alongside Lehman Baird. Mance has been elected chair of the Hedera Council and will take office in July of 2025. Mance's vision for the council, permissioned governance outlined in the original Hedera white paper, has now grown into a governing body of 30 plus world-leading organizations. His return to the roots of governance model he originally conceived brings invaluable strategic insight and a deep proven understanding of the ecosystem. So you can go through here with the rebrand. Notably within this, it looks like they're, from reading through all this stuff, a big focus on DeFi, a big focus on AI, artificial intelligence, which I would recommend, and take this with a grain of salt. Obviously, from Genfinity's end, we've been working within the Hedera ecosystem forever alongside other networks. So don't take my word for it. Do your own actual digging. The Hedera network is kind of uniquely suited to provide a lot of interesting things as far as payments are concerned for agentic AI. And as agentic AI gets adopted, the network obviously is kind of pegged for payments and fixed fees to USD. And that opens up some interesting opportunities alongside the HIPs or Hedera improvement proposals. And there's a lot of really cool stuff going on with agentic AI right now. There's a demo day that I believe I'm helping to host on the 20th of May and 21st of May. So that should be pretty cool to watch as well. But yeah, go and do your own digging into this. You can go and check out HederaCouncil.org. You can check out Hedera.Foundation as well. Found this while digging. This isn't brand new, but I was trying to deep dive today and stumbled across this. This is, I think, late last year, the beginning of this year. This is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And essentially you have Saudi Arabia proper partnering with the Hashgraph Association to launch a deep tech venture studio focused on artificial intelligence, distributed ledger technology, and advanced infrastructure. So this is in alignment with Saudi's Vision 2030, which is an effort to merge state-backed capital with scalable Web3 technologies, positioning the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as a major player in decentralized innovation across Middle East and North Africa, or MENA regions. So, and this is a really big document, but I stumbled across this. So you can see government Saudi Arabia document here, 2025. Oh, so this is newer. This is February of this year. I thought it was a little bit older. My apologies. But so this is, status quo and current efforts in recent years. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia making substantial investments in the fields of data and AI, positioning itself as a leader in the emerging global tech economy. Right here is where you get that little breadcrumb concept. So this is illustration 12. Creation of a deep tech. Now, what's interesting is sometimes we see these initiatives announced and we don't get a lot of backdrop or actual context as far as what these initiatives are supposed to be doing. It lays it out right here for you. So creation of a deep tech venture studio that focuses on artificial intelligence and other advanced technologies. The venture was formed through a collaboration between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Hashgraph. Hashgraph's expertise in distributed ledger technology. The venture studio contributing to research and development initiatives and funding and investments, going to provide access to capital, so offering seed and early stage funding to startups, going to provide structured support for research and development initiatives, allocating resources such as research grants, advanced AI tools, and infrastructure, attracting investors, fostering high potential startups and creating a strong pipeline, and mentoring and commercialization support for startups to refine their innovations and guide them through commercialization processes, which increase the likelihood of attracting investment and achieving market success. So you literally have Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is a gigantic document again. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Hashgraph Association driving forward Hedera Tech. You could do some searches on this as well, just to verify, like I did. Harnessing the power of Hashgraph. If you want to check out some of the work that the Hashgraph Association does, now they are one of the entities that is not rebranding. The Hashgraph Association, which is driving adoption of the Hedera technology in the Middle East, in Europe, in Africa. They are not rebranding, and neither is Hashgraph themselves. They are not rebranding, which is kind of code-based governance type aspects. So interesting of note with on all the rebrands. Now, this is a newer document from the International Telecommunication Union. Definitely one of the entities that you should be kind of staying on top with if you are more of a deep divey type person as far as what this tech is doing. It's a really comprehensive document on central bank digital currency architecture. Most of the networks that we talk about on here are certainly in this document. Ripple is in this document. Hedera is in this document. There's many others in this document. But essentially, this is a telecom layer blueprint that's setting the foundation and educating people on CBDC interoperability, stablecoin interoperability, offline payment protocols, regulatory sandboxing, identity and compliance integration. Essentially, the infrastructure layer from the telecom standpoint for cross-border digital money. You can do some targeted searches in here. You can find out that Hedera directly involved with the Ghana retail CBDC project, along with Joseki and Devon, I think is G&D, if I'm not mistaken. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like shotgunning here. Ripple, Bhutan. You can see eCurrency, Hyperledger Fabric. You can see R3 Corda, Quorum, Hyperledger, all the other Hyperledgers. DAML, which I think is Digital Asset Modeling Language. I'm probably wrong there. Consensus Dashing. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm sure there's a lot of really interesting charts in here as well. There normally are. You could see distribution of CBDC initiatives between the central banks and the private sector. But these are normally pretty comprehensive. Normally they're pretty dry too. So I'm going to move on. I want to get into this. So Christine Lagarde giving a speech on the 28th of April, and this is kind of on the back end of the MiCA XDC network, or MiCA Alliance XDC network membership alongside Ripple, Aptos, and Hedera. You can see just the types of people that are talking about the adoption of this technology. Christine Lagarde's been talking about crypto in different regards for since as long as I've been doing research and videos. During the recent increase in crypto asset market capitalization, risks to euro area financial stability appear limited at this stage. Although data gaps make it impossible to conduct a full assessment of every contagion channel. Very wordy, especially those related to non-banks. However, if the current trends of crypto asset growth and interconnectedness with the financial system continue, crypto assets will eventually pose a risk to financial stability. At the same time, global implementation of regulatory frameworks for crypto assets remain fragmented. To mitigate risks, the G20's crypto asset roadmap must be implemented globally. By implementing MiCA, or Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, the European Union has taken an important step. However, continued vigilance will be crucial to adapt to market developments. So that is coming out of European Central Bank. Obviously, Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank. And then you've got the deputy governor for financial stability at the Bank of England giving a speech on May 6th as well, that was publicized on May 7th. Getting a little bit into the weeds here with stable coins. It's clear that there are stablecoin use cases which are not centered on becoming widely used payment mechanisms in the real economy, supporting settlement in the crypto ecosystem, for example. However, once a stablecoin has been issued, it has the potential to be used anywhere in the financial system to settle real world as well as crypto activities, to settle wholesale as well as retail transactions, to be used offshore as well as in domestic regimes. Accordingly, we want to reflect how the broader UK regime should support each of these use cases and business models while still mitigating risks. It's wild to see. We're still seeing some of the same stuff coming out of these organizations, but it's very clear. All of these stories that we kind of go over here on a consistent basis, and I'm trying to do my best to be a little bit more present. There's so much that goes on a daily basis, and I know it's impossible to keep up with. I mean, on any given day in 2025, we have loads more announcements of real world adoption than we would have had in like a 3 to 6 month tranche of time 5 years ago. Real world crypto adoption is very obviously accelerating. It's being led by institutions. It's being led by regulators, and it's being led by infrastructure providers that have laid the groundwork and developed the trust within the traditional system. You can think of the networks that have done that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Gigantic Hedera rebrand, XRP for Treasury and payments within healthcare, publicly traded company. You have Coinbase set to acquire Deribit. XDC network joining the MiCA alliance. The bank's the regulator of all the banking in the United States, which is the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, essentially saying, giving more clarity to banks in custody crypto. The hits just keep on coming. So this will probably be my last video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys missed the other content that I've done, we talked about XRP and HBAR, this kind of comprehensive multi-party computing wallet that deals very much so in real-world asset tokenization and key recovery. We had confirmation that Ripple Custody supports Hedera, supports Solana, supports I'm going to forget some of them. There's like 5 or 6 of them that from that document yesterday. I think we had a Bank of England confirming the participants, or was it European Central Bank? I think it was European Central Bank. It's impossible for me to even keep up with. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Let me know in the comments what you think today's biggest headline was and what type of content or deep dives you guys would like to see in the future. And I will talk to you when I talk to you. Thanks. Bye.